I've been super nervous to film today's video, so just bear with me. I've been praying about it a lot and talking to Justin about it a lot. Just trying to decide what to share, what not to share, what to make public, what to make private. But as I've looked around, there just really isn't a lot of information out there, especially on YouTube, or at least good or encouraging information about homeschooling a child with special needs, homeschooling a child with ASD. So today I'm going to rip the Band-Aid and I'm going to share with you my curriculum picks for my special needs kindergartner for the 2023-2024 school year. So in case you're new around here, hi, my name is Sarah and I will be homeschooling all 5 of my kiddos this fall. That will be a preschooler, Ezra, my kindergartner with special needs, a 4th grader, a 9th grader, and a 10th grader. So my 5-year-old son, Ezra, was recently officially diagnosed with ASD, or autism spectrum disorder. Now, this is something that we knew was coming. We've known this for a very long time. I've mentioned on the channel previously that Ezra was attending preschool and that he was receiving speech therapy. And these have been such a blessing to our family. He has been attending a special needs preschool since he was 3, several mornings a week. And then I would do some homeschool, preschool, or pre-K work with him in the afternoons here at home. But this fall, he will officially be a homeschooled kindergartner. And so I'm really, really excited about this. I think it's going to be a really good fit for him, a really good fit for our family. But it's a struggle to balance that with all of his appointments and therapies and different things like that we're juggling. So it's going to be a lot, but I'm just confident the Lord is going to work through it and with us. So let's just jump right in and start talking about some of these curriculum pieces and why I chose them. First of all, Ezra is my music man. He loves music. And so I know that is always my way in with him. If I can teach him something in a song, he's much more likely to engage and pick it up. And so you will see that reflected in a lot of these items. The other thing is that Ezra loves books. He loves to be read to. He loves board books. He loves any type of audio book, he will sit and listen. As long as he can sit and play with little figures or toys, he is game. I would also say that we have kind of a love-hate relationship with screens and screen time. Ezra loves screens. He learns really well by watching things on a video. However, he does struggle with transitions from going from one subject to the next, or when it's time to turn it off. That can really be a struggle for him. And so I have chosen, for the most part, to not have screens in his homeschool curriculum. So you'll notice that as well. I know that there's a lot of special needs curriculum out there that's video based, and I just don't think that that's going to be a good fit for him in this season. So you'll notice that in these choices as well. Also, real quick, a little plug. I will include links down in the description for as much of this as I possibly can for all of the curriculum and items that I'm sharing today. But the best place to head is to my website. This is something I've been working on little by little. I've been revamping it and including a curriculum picks section where I go through each one of the grade levels and talk about all of our curriculum picks per child, per grade, per subject. And I even just started working on creating a special needs section on my website. So I will be sure to link that down below. But head over to my website if you want links. Some of them are affiliate links, just a heads up there. If you want links to any of the items that I shared today, head to my website. All right, so let's start with circle time. This is actually one of Ezra's favorite things that he did at preschool, was calendar time. And so I am including this in our morning time or just our time around the table after breakfast for group subjects. And I'm going to devote an entire video to morning time, to what we're going to do for group subjects. But for today, I thought I would at least share the kindergarten related items I'm going to use during that time. So circle time. For calendar, we love our Treasures from Jennifer board. Ezra loves to go through and sing the days of the week, the months of the year. We'll count out all of the days and turn the little wooden coins over to whatever date it is. It was a little bit of an investment piece. It's a little bit pricey, but we have had this for years and years. It is very durable, very tough. It's held up really well with my kids. So I love this board. Another item that I purchased for durability's sake is this weather board. It's just from Rainbow Resource. It has just a little spinner on here. Again, we've been working on looking out the window, singing a What's the Weather song, and trying to label what the weather is like outside with Ezra every day. I love this because it is meant for a classroom, so it's really thick, laminated, sturdy, and so I'm hoping it will hold up against my little ones. Another thing I'm going to work on with Ezra, and this is just something we do across the board with him in general, is we utilize a lot of visual schedules with him, visuals of all kinds with him. And so I really want to work on just some basic memorization, answering questions with him and with Ava, and even some of my older kids. This might be a gap in their education. But just being able to say what their full name is, what their address is, what their phone number is, their birth date, just basic about myself information. We're gonna work on memorizing all of that. Again, I like to make up songs, and I used to do classical conversation years and years ago, and I would make up songs for our memory work. So those skills have really come in handy with Ezra. So I will make up an address song and make up a phone number song, and it will be great. All right, for math. Now, in preschool, I worked through Math UC's primer. Let me see, I've got it upside down here. Here we go. Lessons 1 through 8 with Ezra. Now, these are just very basic number recognition, counting, shapes. So him and I worked through this during his preschool year, and so we're going to just continue on working through Math UC, starting out at about lesson 9, and we'll just go through slowly but surely plugging along. Math UC has math blocks, manipulatives, and so these are great for Ezra. We're probably just going to have to take this at a little bit of a slower pace, camp out in some lessons a little bit longer, but I think this will be a good fit for him visually. Now, to pair along with this, I'm so excited. I just happened to be perusing Sue Dixon's website and found this. I didn't even know it existed until just about a month ago, and I snatched it up. This is Sue Dixon's Songs That Teach Level 1 Musical Math Facts. There's also a Level 2 that I purchased for Mariah. This is for addition and subtraction. That one is for multiplication and division. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It is musical math facts. It puts all of the math facts to music. So there are CDs in here, there are DVD lessons in here, and so again, this is just a way for me to connect math and music to help Ezra really comprehend it a little bit better. We have actually already started utilizing this in our homeschool over the last few weeks, and he loves it. In particular, we have been using this 100 board. I've had this for ages and ages, just, bought it at a homeschool conference. It's just a laminated 100 chart. And there's a counting to 100 song, and he goes through with a little pointer and points at each of the numbers and sings, and Ezra can sing to 100. It's amazing. So this has been a really good fit already. Now, this is definitely a little bit of a dated curriculum. It was made a while ago. You can definitely see that through the illustrations and through some of the materials. This might be a little bit difficult to find. I will be sure to link it down below. If you go to Sue Dixon's website, it should be available there. And I have found with that company, if you just contact their customer service, even if it doesn't look like a product is available, they have it in stock usually somewhere in their archives, and they can get it to you. But yeah, musical math facts. I think this is going to be a really great supplement to Math UC for Ezra. Now, speaking of supplements, can you tell this is going to be a heavy video. There's going to be a lot of things here. Just buckle up, get some coffee. We're going to be here a while. You guys know I mention these all the time, my Treasures from Jennifer boards. These are wonderful for Ezra. He loves to go through, point to all the numbers and sing. He'll use his fingers to try to trace the numbers. I also have a couple of these different wooden sticks that he can use to try to trace and start working on that number formation. I will talk about this more when I talk about handwriting, but Ezra does struggle a little bit with fine motor skills, so having these really large numbers that he can use his finger has been a really good fit for him to work on those pencil grasp skills. He also loves the back. He loves to fill up all of these little counting boards with pom-poms, wooden beads. And again, it's just great for counting skills, but then also pinching and picking up all of those little pom-poms and putting them back in the jar. That in and of itself is almost a therapy. Now, the other board that I have that I love, and I use this for all kinds of things, and I think Treasures from Jennifer may have a smaller one, but this is their Peg 100 board. And I have all of the wooden pegs right here, 0 through 100. Now doing this whole thing by itself would be way too overwhelming for Ezra, but I can fill in some of the numbers and we can use this as a manipulative for him. Maybe I leave out the 10s and he puts in the 10s, or I leave out the 5s and as he counts to 100, we put them in. Or I could put them all in upside down and he could flip them as we count to 100. There's just so many ways to utilize this board. You can also use it to do hands-on math facts, like you could do 1 + 1 = 2 and put them in each of the different holes. I really see this as a great hands-on tool that I can keep utilizing with him. And again, very durable, very chunky. All right, so I already started to mention it. Let's talk about handwriting, fine motor skills. Now, you guys know I love handwriting without tears. I have been collecting different parts and pieces of this curriculum throughout my entire homeschool journey. And this year I just bit the bullet. I pretty much bought every piece that I didn't already own, I purchased from Handwriting Without Tears. So I am planning on using this as my core for Ezra. This is Readiness and Writing Pre-K Teacher's Guide. And this goes along with those My First School books and My First Lowercase Letter books. We did use this My First School book a little bit for preschool with Ezra. We did not complete it all the way. So we will keep working through this, and Ava's gonna work on this as well. This is something the two of them could do together. I'm really excited to dig into this teacher guide. I have heard a lot of really good things about it, but I'll just show you real quick. I bought all the things to go with it. So I already have the little chalkboards where you do the wet, dry, try, and so I have little sponges, and I went ahead and bought a big bulk box of the little chalk pieces. No surprise here. I got all of the CDs that go along with this curriculum. So Get Set for School, Sing Along, Rock, Rap, Tap, and Learn, and Sing, Sound, and Count with Me. So these all pair along with the lessons in the book, and so Ezra will love this. Of course, we have the green My First School book. Part of the package was, I'm not exactly sure what this one, but this is called My Book. I think it's just, oh, no, I thought it was a blank book. It's not. My name is I Am Blank Years Old. That'll be great. Maybe we can even use that for part of our circle time. There was also just these number cards that you can go through, and it helps with number formation, counting. I bought the Mat Man and the Mat Man hands. The other stuff's across the room. Hold on, please. You guys should see my room. It is completely cluttered with curriculum. I'm surrounded all over the floor, all around me. My legs just keep bumping books and supplies, and I just knocked over my water. Anyways, all right, so then I had this last year. This was a hit. Again, I'm gonna use this with Ava as well. This is the Stamp and, what is it called? Stamp and See screen. It's just essentially a Magnadoodle that comes with wooden magnetic blocks that you can put on here and make letters and erase them. So here, see if I can do it vertically. Ooh, there's a letter C. Learning Without Tears, Handwriting Without Tears is so good at creating all of these little pieces, little chalk pieces, little magnet pieces that you have to pinch correctly. So he could go over this and trace the letter C. Now, this was, again, a new purchase for our homeschool this year. This is the Roll-A-Dough letters, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is just Play-Doh that you are rolling out on something that is about the same size as the screen, and you are making letters out of Play-Doh. Again, this is really great if your child is having any type of fine motor skills that they need to work on, rolling Play-Doh, stretching Play-Doh. It's just really good to work on those muscles. So this will be great to go along with that. And then, last but not least, I've been talking about these on my channel for several years now, are the wooden piece set for capital letters and the laminated cards where you are physically building the letters. So these are all going to be great for letter formation for Ezra, working on building letters, making them in all kinds of different fashions, blocks, Play-Doh, magnets, all kinds of ways that we can work on writing our letters. Okay, so for phonics, working on reading skills, we are going to continue on with sing, spell, read, and write. Now, this curriculum, again, it's by Sue Dixon. It can be a little bit hard to find, but if you go to Sue Dixon's website and contact them, you should be able to get a copy. But it's exactly what it says. It is sing, spell, read, and write. So you are learning phonics sounds through music. He is about halfway through the All Aboard book. We were working on this throughout his preschool years, so we're just going to keep continuing through All Aboard. I also have a workbook for kindergarten that is called On Track. And then I also have Level 1 Raceway. And so I will just kind of blend these 3 different workbooks together, and we will just peruse our way through it based on the skills he's showing and what he's interested in working on. We will just keep going through this slow but steady. All right, so here's just a quick example. A is for apple, and he colored the apple, and I definitely helped him with this at the beginning of last year. A lot of hand-on-hand coloring where he will hold it and then my hand will help him move it. We do a lot of that. So this was A is for apple, and then here was just a discriminating which one looked different. Here is some letter A practice writing. Again, this was definitely me doing hand-on-hand practice with him. And then a cutout page of what words start with the letter A. A for alligator, axe, astronaut, alphabet. And again, I probably cut these out for him and he got to glue them. So this was 1 week's worth of phonics for him, maybe even stretched out a little bit more than that. And again, you can't help him too much. Help your child as much as you can. So do a lot of hands-on hands, modeling, assisting. A couple other supplements that I have to go along with phonics, no surprise here, is the big double-sided letter board from Treasures from Jennifer. This is the capital letter side. On the back is lowercase. This is great for just like Ezra, which letter says ah, and he can find the O and then trace the O, or put pom-poms on the O or something like that. This can be used for handwriting. This can be used for phonics. We love this board. Again, utilizing my 100 board. There's other boards like this that you could use. But I also own all of the letter coins, and so this is a really great way to build letters that we're talking about. Let's put a bunch of, I don't know, J's on the board, ja. Pick a random letter, put it on the board, and tell me what sound it makes. Oh, that's an E, egg. Oh, here's an F, frog. Again, just kind of connecting letter sounds with hands-on activities. I like these button coins because I can put them in upside down and then he has to work to pinch them, pick them up, and flip them over. When he is getting to the point of being able to sound out words, you could list out words in word families like cat, hat, bat, rat. There's so many options with these boards if you are looking for hands-on supplements. All right, and then for literature, and also just as kind of like an all-in-one, all-encompassing, all the subjects curriculum, I am planning on using Before 5 in a Row with Ezra and with his younger sister Ava, who is in preschool. If you've never heard of this curriculum, it's exactly what it sounds like. Reading a book 5 days in a row, a literature pick for 5 days. And then inside it is just a literature guide, and it gives you suggestions and ideas for each type of subject to pair along with the book you're reading. So if you're reading Jessie Bear, What Will You Wear? It will give you Bible verses that you could read with it, language arts options or ideas, colors, patterns, fine arts, poetry. It's like just all kinds of different ideas to pair along with literature that you're reading out loud. Games to play, science, details, like there's just so much in here. And so this is really just a great jumping off point to use to have really good literature picks to be intentionally reading every single day with Ezra. but then having other offshoots from that we can sit down and do a little science experiment or project or do a Bible story to go along with it. So I'm really after this curriculum just for the book list more than anything else, to go through and read these books every single day, 5 days in a row, week in and week out with Ezra and Ava. But it will be a great supplement for all of the other subjects that we need to kind of fit in here and there. Now, something else I am planning to do with this curriculum, it kind of is an offshoot from his preschool days. At preschool, Ezra's teachers would do a theme of the week every week. So it would be gardening week or unicorn week or pirates week. And Ezra loved this. He would wake up every morning and say, "It's pirate day," and would be so excited to go to school for that week's theme. And so that is my plan with this curriculum, is to take the book and make that our theme of the week, and then to come up with some activities or sensory bins in particular that pair along with that book. So for instance, if we are reading The Carrot Seed, making a sensory bin that has brown beans in it and orange pipe cleaners and green pipe cleaners that are like carrots that he can dig for and play with. Ezra loves sensory bins, and again, it works on those fine motor skills. So my thought process behind Before 5 in a Row is to read good books and then come up with a weekly theme that he is already so excited and so engaged in, and to be a little bit more accountable for my own self to be sure I'm creating sensory bins for him every week. So for my younger kids, for 2nd grade and under, I really just try to focus in on the main things, math and language arts. If we get those done every single day, then I call it a win. And then I like to supplement in with science, history, other electives, and other subjects. So just know that math and language arts, reading, writing, those are going to be my main focuses on a day in and day out basis with Ezra. And then these other things I'm going to mention, these are just when we fit them in, when he feels like doing them, yay. All right, so additionally for science, again, this all looks like a lot, but I'm just trying to make sure I have spread myself a feast, as I like to say, of different items that I can pick up and do with Ezra when I want to, when I need to, when we need something structured for him. So I'm trying to make sure I have a lot of options at my fingertips. So for science, we're really going to work on nature study. And again, you'll see more of this in my morning time or group subjects video. But I'm going to work on exploring nature with children, with all of my kids, but for Ezra in particular, just really focusing in on nature, getting outside often, talking about things in nature, and really using that as our scope and sequence for science. Now, I will probably work on creating a nature journal together with him and with Ava. I think instead of him writing much in it, obviously it's going to be more of like a collection place where we can put leaves, where we can take pictures of things, of stones, of creeks, of animals, take pictures and put them in the nature journal. Not so much of him writing just yet. Now, the other thing I went ahead and picked up for him at the convention, and I'm hoping to get some more of these, his older siblings are all doing life sciences and biology this year for science. So just going along with that, I'm hoping when they're working on it, he'll be around and we can work on sticker books about different life sciences. These are reusable stickers, which are great for him. This is animals, ocean animals, on the farm animals. I'm hoping to get some human body ones as well as some botany or plant reusable stickers. And again, this is just something that he can sit and work on, peeling the stickers, putting them down, categorizing them, but fine motor sticker work, but then also talking about science topics as we use this. All right, so for history, geography, social studies, Ezra's older sister, who is in 4th grade, is going to be listening through Story of the World audiobooks. And so my thought is to just make sure he is around when she is listening to those, and to let him play on the floor with some toys and listen to the audiobooks with her. Now, I do have, and I didn't bring them upstairs, but I have a bunch of those tube figures that Noah, when he was little, used to play with and collect. Like, I have an ancient Egypt tube of little figures and I'm sure there's some from the Renaissance. If you're not familiar with them, I'll try to put a visual or a link here, but all kinds of little figurines. So maybe I will be intentional and get those out and pair those with the chapters that Mariah is listening to on Story of the World, and let him sit and play with contraption blocks and tube figures. Okay, so for Bible, I don't like to call Bible a homeschool subject. We do Bible whether we are homeschooling or not, but it's just a nice place for me to peg and put this. So for Bible, Ezra has been using this already for, oh gosh, the last 3 or 4 months. We're just gonna keep plugging along. This is 100 Bible stories and 100 songs. This is actually the second edition. It's called 5-Minute Bible. I have the original edition with the CDs that I bought several years ago. You might still be able to find them secondhand online. But this is the newer edition. I just bought another copy. This is a great introduction to Bible stories for kids, and it pairs along with music. Surprise, surprise. So for example, I'll just turn to the first story here. Well, here, I'll do Adam and Eve. So there is just a very short, 1 to 2 paragraph story overview of Genesis 1 and 2. And then there is a big illustration, which I love these illustrations, of Adam and Eve in the garden. And then it gives you a song suggestion of God Made Me. Now, I have the original CDs. Nowadays, you can find this wherever you use music, Spotify, Apple, I don't know. You can look up these songs very easily, even maybe here on YouTube, and listen to these songs with your child. So Ezra just loves in the morning, one of his first things he does at breakfast is he grabs his Bible, I read to him, and then he listens to the song and looks at the picture. I'm actually so amazed at how much he has already memorized about Bible stories and Bible songs. I'll catch him in the back of the van sitting and singing creation songs and songs about Noah and Abraham. It's just wonderful. So this is maybe not the most theologically challenging book, but it's definitely a great introduction to Bible stories for younger children. All right, and then some extras. Be no surprise, I've mentioned these on my channel lots of times before, but Kumon, cutting books, folding books, coloring books. I've actually collected a lot of these over the years, just, finding them on clearance. A friend of mine just gave me a huge stack of them. So these are great when I just need something to keep Ezra busy. When he's sitting at the table, he needs something constructive to do. These are wonderful. We've had really good luck with the Let's Cut paper. It's really helped him with his scissors skill. So we will definitely be utilizing these when I need a filler. And then last year for preschool, I actually found out about these from Tinderdoodle. These are smart games, and oh my gosh, they have been such a great fit for Ezra. He loved the Bunny Peekaboo game and the 3 Pigs and the Day and Night last year. So I bought him 2 new ones for this school year. I got the Smart Farmer, which he's already dug into and started singing Old MacDonald. But it's just a smart game. It's an individual player game that you're following challenges, and you have to put the animals in certain places and fence them in. So it's just a lot of spatial awareness. It's really fun. He really enjoys this. And then he's opened this and played with it, but has not followed the directions just yet. I picked up Camelot Junior. This is a game where you're building blocks, and I believe the knight is trying to get to the princess. Like a lot of these other games, you have little cards that you are following, challenges that you're having to complete. So these games have been a big hit in our house, and I'll continue to collect them. Whew, guys, that was a lot of curriculum surrounding me here, but yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be such a great year with Ezra. I love preschool, kindergarten ages. It's just so fun. Everything is new. Formal education is just this fun new experience for them, and so I'm really excited, but full disclosure, I'm scared, I'm worried, I'm feeling nervous about doing this with him. I don't feel equipped, but I know the Lord will fill in the gaps. So that's a lot of why I am sharing this with you all, is because I would love for there to be more special needs content out there in the homeschooling world. And so the only way I need to do that is to just share where we are, to share as we're going through it, trial and error style. And I just ask you to just be praying for us as we juggle all of this, as we navigate trying to figure out care and therapies and appointments for him and homeschooling along the way. Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I am sharing curriculum picks for all of my kids in this video series, and I am hoping to start sharing more special needs homeschooling content. All right, guys, well, that is it. I hope you are having a wonderful week. See you later.